Oh, precious channel. It is I, your friend Jeffrey K. Holkins. This is Acquisitions Intoxicated. A spin-off, maybe a sequel of sorts.
As they say.
You know, historically, sequels, a challenging endeavor.
Yeah. I feel though we're batting 1,000 on this.
Well, no, we know things that you do not know yet, channel. Specifically things about Strix's Dark Contract. Of course, we will cover all that as the show continues. Love to see the emote, obviously.
Look at
Love
that.
to see that emote going wild.
Look at that.
Now, it's like this. I am joined by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric Benson.
Hey, what?
It is our mission to reveal and invite the viewer into the fundamentally, deeply, profoundly historical and human art form of the brew scenario. This is something you can do, and we're going to show you precisely how. So,
yes.
We put together a brew with the assistance of the channel.
And it was fantastic.
And it was marvelous. Now, this new one is for VRE.
Yep.
Right? This is what we're going to build right now.
This is the Unwarranted Advantage.
Unwarranted Advantage, named and customized, of course, by the channel.
Yep.
It is named thus because Pat Rothfuss can do no wrong. And indeed, you know, he tries to manipulate my own game, the C Team, on Thursdays at 3:30 PDT. He occasionally tries to send text.
Yeah.
And he tries to manipulate the good and honest people of the earth with his sort of writerly ways.
Vandal.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like, where do you start? Brigand.
Yeah.
Ne'er-do-well.
Just go down the list. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
it just doesn't end.
Where does it stop?
Well,
now,
it stops here with this.
Indeed. If finally we were going to bottle this advantage so that you at home can sample it as well. Now, so go into it briefly, and then I'll start adding in the stuff.
Sure. So what we started out, or what the chat decided, was to do a goza for this beer. And what gozas are is it's a lighter beer, and it's a little tart.
Yeah, there's a little tang.
There's a little tang to it, and
well, yeah, it's definitely lighter. Like, when I come after this, typically we have some caramel malts.
Right.
We typically like the kind of mixes that we put together on our show. A lot of times we're getting, there's going to be a little bit of caramel or a little bit of roasted in there somewhere. Like, there's nothing like that in here.
Nothing. I mean, a typical goza is just almost all Pilsner malt.
Yeah. But you can tell, like, instantly the difference.
Yeah.
As soon as I open the bag, right?
Yeah, the smell is completely different. And there's a little bit of wheat in here, too, which the chat decided.
Will Wheaton?
We chopped a little bit of them up. Some strands of hair we had sent in.
Flesh?
Flesh. I asked him for a pinky, and he said, fine.
Clothing?
Yeah.
He's a brewer.
Yeah.
He knows what's required.
Yeah, and he's willing to help out. So,
was willing a pun?
Maybe.
Just claim it. Just claim it.
So, but the other part we didn't talk about last time was to get a goza to have that sour tartness to it. There's two ways to do it.
Because it's not a traditional sour.
No,
right?
It's not a traditional sour.
Yeah.
But what you use is lactic acid. Now, there's two ways to do that. One is with acidulated malt, which is what we used in here. So we added about a half a pound of acidulated malt into this.
What is an acidulated malt?
It's a malt that is covered in lactic acid.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So as it's getting wet, it's draining the acid out, and that's what's going to make it tart.
It's just part of it.
Yep. Or you can actually get a little vial of lactic acid and put it right in the fermenter.
Huh.
So there's two ways to really do it, but
to skin this cat.
To skin that cat, so to speak. I didn't want to hurt cat lovers.
Well, no, exactly. Chat, but, you want to avoid that kind of terminology if you can.
So that is really the simplest hop or grain build that we've done so far.
Yeah. All right, here.
And so it's very low ABV, so you'll notice that the grains are a lot. The basket.
Well, yeah, I was going to say. I mean, we have had beers that we fill. Oh, indeed. Thank you so much for showing up, even in your debilitated state. Now, but take a look at this. You know, generally speaking, I can't turn it up otherwise. But here, maybe I can turn it this way and show it to the front camera. Right? This basket, this grain basket, for many of our beers is almost to the top.
Full.
To the extent that in order to get the sugars we need for something like a strict start contract,
Right.
we have to add a fucking ton of sugar
Yeah.
to arrive all the way at it. This is less than half of the basket.
Less. I mean, it's realistically, it's about 5 pounds. That's it.
Yeah.
We're usually somewhere in the range of 8 to 9 in this.
So this is going to be, I mean, for our show, this is going to be the most approachable output yet.
Right. Right.
Okay.
You're gonna be able to have a couple glasses of this and not really, feel it like you would as the dark contract.
Oh man, so did we go with Citra on this?
Oh, we did. We went with 2 hops on this. The first one you'll put in is over there. That's Pacific Jade. This you're going to get a lot of passion fruit. You're going to get
hold on, is that what I've been smelling over here?
No. Yes and no. Let me pull this.
That is so good.
So we're using small amounts because we don't want IBUs in this beer. We don't want high IBUs.
Here, no, break that down. When we say IBUs, so if you're going to like the fancier beer places, they'll list the IBU by the beverage. It'll be up on the beer list, right?
And that's an international bittering unit. It's how we measure how bitter a beer is going to be.
Right.
Your typical IPAs are around 55. The double IPAs get up to 85 and beyond.
You'll see those big numbers, but it's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Just if you like IPAs and pale ales, but you don't want to be punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the IBU.
Yeah. And for this Goza, the IBU's at 11.
Oh wow. Okay. So this is 2 drink.
Yeah.
This is maximum potability.
Yeah, because you don't want a lot of bitterness in this because the flavor is coming from the malts.
The tang.
It's coming from the salt that we're going to put into it, the orange peels, the zest that we're going to throw in.
Right.
So you just want a small amount of bitterness just to offset the malt.
Sure.
Tiny bit.
So we've approached Citra before. Obviously, Eric and I are huge fans. But yeah, I mean, it's functionally speaking, it's super dank. Imagine that an orange went pro. Imagine that a team of oranges constituted a professional football team. This is what their locker room would smell like after the game.
Sweaty, dank citrus.
Sweaty citrus, and then over here with the Pacific Jade.
Yeah.
So there's almost nothing in here.
Yeah. Look.
Take a look at this.
Yeah. If we can get that on camera, that's how little hops we're using in this.
Yeah.
Usually that would be you wouldn't be able to see the bottom of that cup.
Yeah, that's madness.
Yeah.
Typically speaking, like even we're not making something that's crazy hoppy. Like there's going to be more than this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild,
so is the Pacific Jade Cage 1?
Yep. That's our first boil edition. That's going to give us a little bit of the bittering.
A very little bit. And so this is like that, except maybe this would be like a grapefruit team. The Pacific Jade definitely has more citrus nose than the Citra.
Absolutely.
All right, and then the Cup 2 is Citra?
No, Cup 2 is our 10-minute edition boils.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to be 1/4 of an ounce of sea salt.
But in addition to the hops?
No, the hops are going to be that's going to be the 3rd edition.
Oh, okay. So Cage 2 is your sea salt add?
Sea salt add.
About a half a tablespoon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I have never once put salt in beer, so that's pretty interesting, right?
Well, no, keep that open because we have more stuff to add.
Oh,
up there is the blood orange. Remember how Clues wanted the chat voted to put in blood orange?
No, but you can't beat that.
No, it smells absolutely wonderful.
Good God.
And that's going to come through this entire beer because the malt build is so light.
Exactly. So some of your tang, like the rest of your flavor profile, is coming from these extra ingredients that have never been in an Atkant beer, right? So this is Cage 2?
That's right in Cage 2, and that's a half an ounce of blood orange zest that we're just going to throw right in. And here's your tab of Whirlflock.
Whirlflock. Now, Whirlflock is also in Red Larch Regular.
Yep.
It's a clarifying agent, right?
Clarifying coagulant.
It puts a grip on protein.
Boosh.
Okay. Now, how about Cage 3?
Cage 3 is going to be your Citra.
Okay, so, and not much.
No.
I mean, again, look at this. Like just a few. Just on the edge because we have other things going on here. And it's supposed to be crazy light.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is that Citra is just going to enunciate the zest that we're putting in there as well.
Exactly. They're gonna tag team.
Yep.
Okay. So this is ready to work.
The orange zest is actually fresh. I got the blood oranges today at Whole Foods.
Oh, no. In fact, I saw it when it was back there. Okay. All right.
Let's see if we can get this to work.
I got a good feeling.
Yeah.
And
I got a feeling. There's the, right over there.
oh, is this your? Oh, that's right. We got more juice.
Yeah.
Now, so if we're talking about, we're gonna have guests here shortly. When I put out the call, because we're gonna taste Red Larch Regular.
I agree. We also can taste. I think everybody should see this.
Well, yeah, you should definitely see Strix.
That is what the Strix Dark Contract looks like after just 2 weeks
Yeah.
of primary fermentation.
Sure, almost like a hazelnut mocha type color.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to taste, you're going to taste sweet chocolate, probably.
No, it is.
Yeah. Wow, it's going to be good, guys.
Well, no, it's good. So right now,
it's going to be great.
Right now, it's very cloudy.
Right.
Right. So here's all the parentheses we can put around that. Right. So right now, Strix's Dark Contract is very cloudy because it got shaken up when it was brought up for the transfer. Right. So there's some residual yeast in there, so it has a robust body.
As they say.
But right now, it is hot, which means that the high alcohol content that Holly Conrad demanded,
yes,
9.3.
She demanded it on us.
Exactly.
And
So
I think we delivered.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
but right now that alcohol is basically sort of like a float
Right.
on top of the beer, right? And so it's very, very present. And alcohol is one of the tastes. Now, optimally speaking, as it has a chance to chill out, that isn't going to be such a pronounced note on there, right?
It's going to really mellow out.
Exactly.
And what's going to happen is a lot of that candy, that sugar is going to come through. It's going to be a lot sweeter than it is with that alcoholic hotness to it. Look at that.
I have gotten now.
Did everybody see that?
Listen, channel. Did you see the smooth install?
Wow.
Lifted up,
Listen.
inserted, and professionally done.
Hey, when you're good, you're good.
Just professionally done. Now, that makes me feel slightly better for having tried for literally like 20 fucking minutes.
Yes, bullshit.
Just like,
Okay, let me try.
no, it was
You go back and do it.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It was disgusting and I wasn't proud of it.
While this is going, I want to thank some of the people in the chat. When I went to get the grains today at our local homebrew store.
Yeah, which is when you're going to these days?
Yeah.
Go ahead, I got it.
Okay. They had told me that several of the viewers had come in to buy brewing starter packages.
Aha!
So that's super awesome of you guys, and congratulations on starting to brew.
Yes, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That is the entire purpose of this show. Weird. So they came in and they were like, "Hey, we got started."
Yeah. Apparently, what they said they told my friend behind the counter that hey, we were watching a beer stream and.
I love that watching a beer stream is now like a normal, real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you do, you know? And he's like, oh, what stream is it? And they were like, oh, Acquisitions Intoxicated. He's like, oh, Eric comes in on Tuesdays. And it was surreal to have that interaction.
That's bonkers, Phil.
Yeah.
Hey, so we communicate all here on the show. So you heard the beep, and you might have been curious what happened over there. This is very much like operating a bar now.
I know. Well, you're getting good at it. I mean,
exactly.
In the woods.
Pro tier.
Handing out beers.
No. Listen, I know how to do. I know how to do it. But the main thing is that it was in the middle of a brew cycle. So I think the last time it was.
Yeah, we cut it off. Yep.
Exactly, we cut it off. So it was trying to remember where we had been in the brew.
I mean, that's what's amazing about the Pico is that it's all automated.
It'll just start.
It'll just start right where you left off.
Exactly. So I'm going to exit brew. There we go.
There you go.
And then once it pops back up.
I agree. We do live in the future, and the future is absolutely wonderful.
It is. And you know what's interesting is that I actually saw a couple people online in my Twitter feed. They were showing off their Pico Pro Cs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's like a baby version. So this is like the granddaddy version of it. This is the device that I got on Kickstarter a couple years ago. right? But the Pro C, there's a whole class of device that's about half the size, about half the volume.
And a third of the cost.
And a third of the cost.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So it has very, very cute little canisters and
you can put
it's so fun.
I mean, it's like a coffee maker. You put it on your kitchen counter and you just brew right there. And it's ready to serve, in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
And it's so accessible now to be able to make your own home brews. There's so many different ways to do it.
Yeah, it isn't crazy pants.
Yeah.
Like again, our primitive forebears managed to do it.
Right.
It's not impossible.
No.
But what if it were easy?
Yeah, what if you had to just press a button?
Exactly. So Unwarranted Advantage is on its way. It's about to begin its dark work, which in this case is actually not especially
more light
dark.
work, yeah.
It's light work.
It's kind of appropriate for VR.
It's true. Now, this is an incredible time, I think, to invite anybody who wants to come up to grab a cup, try some in the back.
I agree.
But I would also like to invite my good friend Chris Straub, aka Cathris Straub, emerging as though from a mist shroud. No, you're fine. You get that? Plug it in.
Hey, how did
Here comes
know?
Jeff. Now, Jeff doesn't want anyone to see, but he has brought a growler in a truly shameful display of enthusiasm.
Be shielded behind me.
Yeah,
No one
exactly.
can see that.
Exactly. So let me give you the.
He's drinking from the tap.
Let me give you the rundown. Okay. So we're gonna grab a glass of Red Larch Regular.
Yeah.
Which marvelous. Which, as you may or may not know, is the beer that is served at the Drawn and Courtier. This is basically the house ale that's available there. We did a bunch of things for it. Why don't you go into some of the choices that have story outlay? Right?
Yeah, here, go grab some glasses.
Oh man, are you serving?
Wow.
Oh jeez.
We got our own bartender now.
Pro.
I have to practice.
No.
Yes.
No, because okay, you understand. So last week there were pours, and were they great? They weren't. I can't make that case.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But look at that, Jeff. It's like you went home and you practiced.
This is
fantastic.
like an advertisement, Jeff.
This is what happens when you leave the keg in my office.
I did it on purpose. I said, you know what? If we're gonna do this, let's do it right. And just give him the keg.
Exactly. So this is the house ale. No. So go into the choices that we made with the channel.
Yeah.
And then we'll try to deliver the story freight that came along with the concepts, right?
So-
and then we'll try a sip.
Jeff, did you mean to give Chris just this little emasculated?
I'm a
Oh no,
regular
it's good. It's
at
good.
that
Go
bar.
ahead and fill your growler.
Yeah,
All right. Now fire away.
Yeah, right. This is your bar.
Yeah.
You're just getting the tiny one.
Getting the noontime.
Yeah.
Like a little top
here's
off.
some tea.
A tippler.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this is it's an Irish red ale is what we went with.
Right, so the clearest thing we've done yet.
Yep. And the chat voted to go with Munich malt as the base malt, which is going to be very nutty and biscuity. And like nom 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 nom, because this is something that would have been easy for Prafa to make in quantity. And what
Just smell.
I'm not gonna drink it yet.
yeah. What complements that is we put special roast in. And that gives it its deep color, and also it is another malt that brings out the nut and toasted flavor in the beer.
Exactly. And again,
Yeah.
and it's a malt that you've been trying to insinuate.
No, that's special B.
Oh, is the special roast?
Yeah.
Okay.
The special roast is
Okay.
different. We'll get into special B soon.
Right?
Sniff
That's a
that.
cool smell.
Oh, sniff that malt.
Yeah.
It's a cool smell, but the malt is in your face.
Yeah, and the hops we used were light. It's Cascade. And that's just a little bit of spice, a little floral, and
Right.
a tinge of grapefruit.
But also the same hop added at different times.
Yes.
And our thinking there was that Prafa's a busy lady, right? This is something that she can have in the kettle. She can go back, stir, and then just have a bowl of the hops that are growing out, that are growing out in the
On the
yard,
vine.
growing up on these, the vines are pulling up over the top, right?
Yep.
And then she can just grab them at the different times when they can be added. So there's one hop, but it's added at different times in the boil, so it represents different things.
Exactly, and it would allow her to produce this beer at quantity quickly.
While people are coming through.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so smart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's so considered.
Well, no. It's like that's we,
the job.
we do it
Yeah,
every time.
that's-
but,
oh, yeah.
but when we start talking about Cthulhu's job, we're going to try to approach it in exactly the same way, right?
It can't be good.
No, it's
Like
got
I keep getting freighted with these. Like I think this is what it would taste
Mouse.
like. And I hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate it as a person.
Exactly, a mouse.
Yeah.
Right here. So let's give the Red Larch regular a try.
That is, yeah, it's really,
it's so light,
biscuity
it's
and
so light, but it's biscuit straight in the middle, like a
Get that grapefruit in the air.
yeah.
yeah, but like a shortbread cookie
Yeah.
biscuit in the middle, but so light and so cool.
Yeah,
The rest of the way.
I am thoroughly
Easy
pleased with
drinking.
this. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's easy drinking, and it's only, I think, 5%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, 4.5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's the other consideration, right? We wanted to make something that was going to be like a sessionable, like a house ale type thing.
Yeah.
But also, this is another aspect of her intellect. You know what I mean? Like she wants to run a place.
Yeah.
Doesn't get destroyed every evening. Yeah.
Well, but then you can buy multiple beers. You're
Yeah.
just going to keep
Well,
coming
yeah.
back and spending money and more money.
it refreshes you.
Exactly.
It quenches you.
No, it does. It quenches body and soul.
It's the Gatorade of, Red Larch.
All right. Now,
You get RLG
Yeah. Yeah.
in the local parlance. That's how they talk about
but there
it.
was so many great. There was some really good fan art of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like of labeling? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. But the idea that it's the regular ale, right? It's the house ale, but a regular also in the terms of a standing soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Ah, smart.
Yeah. It was really good. What do you guys think? Good, bad, and different?
Very tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, tasty. Yeah.
Jeff's got a smile on his face, so he's thinking
I'm supposed
something.
to wait until you tell me to come up.
Yeah. So the warehouse superstar Nathan Orth says tasty.
Thank you.
And his vote means a lot to me
Yes.
because I know that he
He's an aficionado.
is an aficionado. He puts it away. But no, again, tasty. But the main thing, and I think it's coming off of the,
Oh, crap, I
I
don't
think it's
remember
coming
what's
off of the
in
Munich and the special, is this is the creamiest.
Yeah.
Like the mouthfeel
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
this is silky.
Yep.
4.5%.
4.5%.
There's nothing there.
I don't get out of bed for less than 8. Come on.
Well, no, the wine drinker, right? They're
Yeah, that's
expecting
true.
A higher
That's true.
ABV.
Disappoint-
No,
No,
no. When
Very smooth.
yeah.
I now last week you were saying hints of banana. I'm getting hints of banana in this, and I don't know why.
Oh, really?
But it might be the vanilla
Yeah.
that is.
But it's also, generally speaking, the stuff we're going to put in front of you is going to be sweeter.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to approach the malt bed in a way that is wholesome.
It is like when you told me it was a red. I'm expecting like a Manny's or
like a
at least
Killian's or
Men's
something,
Room,
yeah.
Got that bitter hop, but not overpowering like a lot of the IPAs. That's about as hoppy as I get. Are those reds?
Yeah.
And this has none of that. This is
Friendly.
this is the kind of drink I would take out on the patio in the summer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Listen,
Very much.
Jeff, I want to paint a word picture for you, okay? Do you imagine you're out there, and you're on the deck, you have a glass of this, it's in a tulip glass, obviously there's a nose aspect, right? And you have a completely worthless summertime book.
Oh yeah. No, those are my favorite kind of summer.
This is just
That's really how you roll.
I call them mind candy. I know
just
exactly.
filth,
Yeah.
right?
All right, but thank you very much.
Oh,
I've
our pleasure.
taken some additional for later.
You got the payload.
Fantastic.
I've still got a little bit of the growler left over of the Velvet Cape.
Velvet
Yeah.
Cape, yeah.
It's sitting in my fridge, so
Velvet Cape is a
I'll
class
finish
act.
that one. Bring that growler in next week. I got a system now.
Well, thank you
very
so
much,
much,
gentlemen.
for the use of your tongue, however briefly. Hey, now, Josh, can you hit the grain cam real quick?
Sure.
So take a look
So pro.
at the difference
Yeah.
when it comes to what's going on in the grain basket this time. Because usually we try to throw some kind of a malt
Right.
curveball in there, and it's either something that we've chosen to do, or the channel has a tendency toward extremes. They want to try different stuff,
Yeah.
and that's why we go to them. But this is not about that. this malt bed is producing something that looks like a Rodler. Or
Yeah,
like
and what's interesting about that color, it's going to stay very close to that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to change too much. Where, as you know, like when we were brewing Holly's beer, it was light to start, but then it just deepened.
Exactly, and then
But that's going to be
every time it
the
came
color,
through,
yep.
right?
Yeah.
It was doing more. Now,
The sun, right? We just peel
Yeah,
that
well,
off.
yeah,
and-
exactly. Just come over.
Can I drink
You-
from the trough?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just
exactly.
pop that out.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
pop it out
and
and
then
lick.
no, don't
bob-
do that.
and bob
no,
for it.
No, because that's 102 degrees, and you will burn off your whole face.
If it was 108, it'd be
It's like a
different.
jacuzzi.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, so let's get wild,
Stroke those grains.
right? Oh no, don't worry. There will be a.
Listen, I'm just saying the chat is demanding it of you.
there will be.
Yes.
Oh,
see,
there
no,
it is.
but you're more.
You're Vanna Whiting that.
Yeah,
You know?
you're moving
Direct the
in.
attention here.
You're
Yeah.
moving in more of a grain sales type
Yeah.
context.
Oh.
Like, well, here actually, you know what? You can sing as well.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay, so a vital part of the show.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up
No.
to tease you.
No, everything. I believe you.
Implicitly.
Anybody else from the outside would say you are lying. You don't do this. I thought the crabs were going to come across, and I thought, how are you going to taste this stuff with a mouthful of that sea
crabs.
waste?
Yeah, exactly. No, fear not. Now, so it is vital in the art and science of brewing
Yeah.
that the grains be patted with an open palm, stroked from right to left.
Open palm.
That's
pat,
right, that's right.
Just a gentle.
Now, what's more than this?
It is warm.
No,
It is warm,
it's very
yeah.
warm, and it's only going to get warmer. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal, my friend. Here's what you want.
Yes.
Don't make that sound.
That's
Now,
it. Well,
why do we
there
sing?
it is.
Why do we sing to the grains? It's like this, okay? What are we talking about? Increased head retention,
Yep, absolutely.
silky mouthfeel, right?
Firm body.
These are, firm body. These are all recognized phenomena, and that are the direct result of grain rubbing. Now,
Huh.
but
The singing
the singing.
is a different.
That's what sort of elevates the process.
Is
That
it
brings
like
out the taste.
Is it like a deep, like a vibration? Do you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
hit certain?
Sympathetic
cycles.
something like that. Now, so what I would like you to do as our guest is I want you to just pat the grains and then sing one, maybe two verses of a song that has a romantic character,
Romantic.
right? And anything you like. It doesn't matter at all. It can be Boston,
ABBA, right?
right?
What the heck is it? Let's see here. Here's a problem.
Eric Clapton.
When asked to
Oh, no, same.
conjure,
Yeah.
there's nothing in there. I don't have any songs of note.
No. So when Ronya was born,
Yeah.
Brenna was not the person that I knew, but was instead the living transcendent icon of fertility.
Yeah.
And she could not be spoken to in the classic sense, but she could yell
Yeah.
very loud at
Sure.
me. And she would yell at me to sing to her while this process was ongoing. And so I was in the same situation that you were, except I couldn't say no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could not produce.
No, and
You
so
had to-
I'm like, so we're literally there in this thing, and I'm like shouting these like sea shanties like in this birthing room. Like that's what happened in my life.
You're in the birthing room, like yo ho ho. Like,
For
Well,
some
no,
reason,
it was a Stan Rogers.
I conflated what you
Oh, yeah.
asked me to do with that moment. I thought, what, romance was happening?
No.
Like, that was the request?
yeah.
No, you don't want that.
No, please don't. And obviously, that's not 100% consonant with the brew act. But now that you know this, what I'm saying is that there's no way for you to get out of it, and that
yeah, no.
even
I'm
though
not-
you're being challenged,
Yeah.
you still have to rub.
UB40.
I'll rub and I'll sing, but I need to be. Somebody said Hall and Oates, and that's sort of in that zone.
That romantic zone
Yeah, what's romantic for them? What do they
for
like?
brains.
No, for Hall and Oates. What have they worked on? Is it because your kiss is on my list? Because your kiss I can't resist. Because your kiss is on my list. She's gone.
It was better than I hoped. No, listen, it was better than I hoped.
I forgot to stroke.
You did a great
The grains
job.
are destroyed.
Well, no, last
Oh
time.
shit, we got to redo the episode, guys.
Well, last time I actually didn't stroke during the show.
Yeah.
And they got really mad.
Yeah.
And then I had to stroke them like crazy at the end and sing 2 verses.
Look at this. Private eyes, they're watching you. Tap, tap. A gentle tap.
Well, no, and that stimulates the grains at a deep level.
Yeah.
Now,
The flavor just
oh no,
comes out. It unfolds. It blossoms.
It bursts.
Yes.
right? It's basically mouth fireworks here on Acquisitions Intoxicated.
It's like the audience of a Hall & Oates concert.
Yeah.
They explode.
Bursting with
exactly. It's like at the end, it's just like a knee-deep liquid.
Yeah.
There's no more. It's just joy.
And all that chaff ejected onto the stage.
Right. Now,
It's identical.
it's getting weirder and weirder. Now, so what did we talk about in terms of a style? Or did we say, hey, let's get wild?
No, we just said, hey, we're going to do a Cathris beer. And I went back and looked, and we didn't choose a style.
Marvelous. Now,
So I know people in the chat were thinking porters, like a blackberry porter or something,
Oh, yeah.
or something along that nature. Just dark, mysterious, but sweet.
Yeah.
So I mean,
no, a blackberry porter is a crazy idea.
right? That's what, and that was a recommendation from the chat.
I like.
And I was like, that is
a lot. Here.
nuts. But
See, somebody else just now, or a couple of minutes
it was
ago.
Whitefire, yeah.
A couple of minutes ago, somebody said, would you consider doing a Legati Lambic?
Yeah, I saw that
And I
too.
was like, oh, yes.
That sounds really neat,
Yeah.
right? There-
'Cause I was real interested in sours and
Yeah.
like that
Well,
kind of
no, and this chat, honestly, like they have, like I said, they have an affection for the oblique choice. So how do we feel about a blackberry porter or a Legati lambic
I like either of those.
as a choice here?
Yeah.
So what we're talking about when we say a lambic, we're talking, functionally speaking, about a beer made with a Belgian yeast in a juice base,
Basically, yep.
right? So not grains as the base, but juice. So that's a very, very novel one, and it would be a new process here on the show. That would be something new to learn,
Right.
Which has its own advantages, obviously.
Yeah, that portal. That's what you're
Oh,
making.
blackberry portal.
Yeah.
So we do. Hey, Christopher Straub,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
I'm so glad you're here. Now, so this is the process. Now you can see what I see.
That data coming in real time.
Exactly. So this is sort of how people feel, but you can tell. Look, it's neck and neck. Like
Oh,
there's
very
some,
interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There's some enthusiasm there.
Well, both of these are wild flavors that are going to get produced.
Oh yeah, there's no scenario where we lose here.
No, no, because and especially with like a blackberry porter, that sounds absolutely phenomenal. But a lambic is another great thing because you can add different. There's raspberries that you can add to it. You can make a strawberry lambic. You can make all these different flavors.
Once you
All of
approach
those
the
fruits
base,
of the Underdark.
exactly,
that would be
yeah.
picked.
Like
Yeah,
an elderberry, right? Like
plucked, right?
Yeah.
just like Legati plucked out your eyes, we would pluck out.
Unique
Good.
flavors.
Yeah, unique
Yeah.
flavors.
Good,
Yeah.
good branding. Good synergy.
Hey,
Now,
that's how we roll.
I think. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, there it is,
now,
Jeff. Yeah,
So,
I'm
so
Is it uncouth for me to finish what you didn't finish, Jeff? Is that cruel?
no.
Disgusting.
No, listen. If you want to drink beer,
Yeah, if you want to drink beer.
That was not my.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh,
That's
well, who?
from
Oh,
sample.
Well, here, give Chris a glass,
a
real
human
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
There you go.
oh no, I'm not as skilled as you are.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
in
Jeff's
for a
getting
long
really
run.
good at pouring beer. It's impressive.
You came in at just the right time, Jeff. Now, so Blackberry Porter ran away with it. Now, Legati
Interesting.
Lambic, still a great idea.
I think
There's gonna be
we should
somebody-
do a Legati. I mean, we could still do like Holly with her Dark Contract. We could do a set of Cathris beers. I'm just throwing it out.
Oh,
there.
that's
Well,
fucking pro tier,
He is
Jeff.
an explorer of the unknown.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He
And
may
alcohol,
have figured
apparently.
out, different styles that throughout his.
Thank you, Jeff.
Exactly.
travels.
Now, so Blackberry Porter it is. So I feel like that would be a welcome liquid.
Yeah, in the especially in this pantheon, right? Like, because you
It's a new style. We definitely haven't done one yet,
right.
right? But our roster thus far has been pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Like it has had. So let's go down the list.
Let's go. Just hit
Right.
for
This
warming.
goes
It's
at-
novel for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it goes at a pretty novel, honestly, like I haven't seen one of those like maybe the last year is the first time I ever saw that style at all
Right.
in any mainstream context.
Right.
Right. So that's still pretty cutting edge. the black IPA is a novel combo.
Right.
I don't think you ever had a chance to try War Priest.
No, I did not.
War Priest was very
Gone.
good. No, so we brought that out into the woods with us and made friends with strangers as a direct result.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So delicious IPA, but not, the hopping is not crazy. And even then, it's trying to contend with these roasted malts and other coffee chocolate flavors. So the combination is actually just like, they're just sort of in a détente in the glass. It's so good. But so where do we go after that? Then we went right for Jim. And so we had Velvet Cape and Velvet Rope. Dunkelweizen, so that's another style.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? And then we went after Profa.
I'm actually really excited to do, I mean, any kind of C-team beer. I think it's just, for me, it's close to home and it's really fun.
And the channel, but also the channel exploded for. I mean, they came out for Profa, like they.
Oh yeah.
They made that happen.
Well, even when we put up Cathris against other names, it was like boom. It was 98% Cathris. I was like, this is the best.
Cathris annihilated AFL.
Well, there's novelty. He's a new boy.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say for Profa, it's like any of them is novel and fun and interesting, but that one you want to taste. You want to know you can go to a place and order it.
It's like the Cheers of of
we
the
want an artifact.
Sword Coast, right?
I mean, if we're doing it right, if we're doing it the best we can, we're making essentially potable artifacts, right?
Right, and it sells the idea. You don't sip it and go, I don't get it. Yeah.
No, it's a part of it, and that's why I would love to do a batch of this, where we use one of the casks. We actually drop 3 gallons of this into a cask.
Somebody's mentioning this foam.
Serve it cellar temperature. Oh, foam.
Where's the foam coming out?
How do we do that foam? What do we do?
So you have. So
I did too much.
So you have a new job.
You are the foam master.
Oh no! Did I put that in? Did I put that in upside down?
What?
Here.
No,
here,
did you?
Let me move
Let's
over.
see. Let's see. So if I pause this,
Guys, this is brewing. Sometimes stuff happens, and every time you do a brew, you will almost inherently have to change something.
Have to wipe.
so do I want to do drain pause?
Yes. If you just pull it out, it's going to stop the brew process.
You think?
Yeah. You'll hear a couple beeps, and it'll say the tray is out. I think.
It'll
or not.
Scream at you to put it back.
That's not what happened at all.
It didn't do it. It's just voiding water all over the place.
Push it in, Jerry.
That
Push
didn't
it in.
happen at all, you monster.
Okay.
Here,
Sometimes you just get to screw with your friend on a stream too. It's all about brewing.
It's getting.
Let's see.
It's getting wet in here.
Yeah. So this the lid on it, right?
No, in Viari fashion.
Yeah.
Like we need to come up with reasons why this is good.
Yeah.
And why this works. This is
Right.
very necessary.
Yeah, because it's like him flying off a chandelier that clearly Perkins put there for him.
Right.
Yeah. So the lid itself can be, obviously, if you put it in and then flip it over, it'll be the same shape.
Yeah.
But one of these ways sort of goes down.
It's like a trap.
Exactly. One of them points down into the product, and the other one is just like a flat surface with a.
Jerry, you can actually turn the machine off.
That's true.
And then
it
when
will
you
continue.
when you turn it back on, it'll be at the same exact spot.
Oh, that's right. And you love this. This is one of the things you like about this.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
yeah.
I think it's absolutely
wait,
brilliant
let's
on
clear this
Pico's
down.
part.
Here.
Because it just started one of its other
Cycles.
segments. Right.
Let's see. Let's see how badly I fucked this up.
Oh, so fun.
Question: does Cathris follow the Pact of the Grain now? I don't know. He could.
Oh, the Pact of the Foam.
Yeah.
No, I did not fuck it up.
What?
So it's just foamy. Well, it's good to know.
Yeah, it's just that I think it's because we usually have a ton of grains in there. Mm-hmm. Thank God for the grain cam. Jeez.
It's true. I would have never noticed it.
Well, Cathris,
It was 5 feet wide in front of us.
Yeah,
That's why I could
just right all over your face.
you have a new job.
Foam master.
So in addition to wiping,
Foamsman.
yeah, exactly. There's a new role. We have Documancer
The foamsman.
Cartographer, decisionator, and
It's that Hall and Oates head retention. I agree.
hordes person.
Yeah, that was too much.
Yes.
Now there's a new person.
Wolf, it is probably the salt that is in there, and the acidulated malt too.
Yeah. It's basically there's a couple new things in there that we didn't do.
This wipe zone.
Exactly. So
What
I'm
we're
going to
working
teach
on.
you something important.
Yeah,
Cthulhu.
I'm ready.
So now the Wi-Fi is connected.
A
That's it.
Fomorian. There you go.
An external
Yep.
reset.
We want to continue. So
Just press the-
to take that button over there on the right, the knobby thing.
Yeah.
Push continue.
I love this machine.
Yes. So now it's just going to go back and do everything like it was. But if we get a warning from the channel
Yeah.
about foam, we're going to do it. Fomenting descent. Chainsaw Gothic. Go to word jail.
Yeah, I was trying to find my way in there.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Now,
get it.
yeah,
So-
malt it could be the fact that it's sort of pump driven, right?
Yeah.
Now, take it away. So let's start talking about our blackberry porter.
Yeah.
So now we want to build the most delicious malt base
Do we ever?
to sit underneath the fruity flavor that we want to put on top.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to a blackberry porter, I mean, are we going to add fruit? Are we going to make a blackberry extract? Because we probably don't want to do like a syrup, right?
So, no,
Like, we want the hint of blackberry, but we don't want like
Well, what we'll
soda.
do is for that blackberry taste in secondary fermentation, we'll take blackberry puree and actually put puree right into
Oh, right into the fermenter.
the fermenter, and that's going to give us that blackberry, taste
Well, really,
and aroma.
Yeah, and it's a mouth feel.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
But it isn't so much that it like tastes.
No,
like a
you're not.
sweet
You're not going to be chewing blackberries, but you're going to
Right.
get the aroma and a little bit of taste of blackberry.
perfect.
But
I thought this was throwing an error, but that's the name of it.
No. It's called unwarranted advantage. It looks like because it's all smashed together.
It's like an error code.
It looks like a string, right?
yeah.
All right.
So what's interesting about porters is they're a lot like stouts. They were originated around 1722,
Yep.
and they give you typically they're roasted. You get that roasted flavor.
Yeah, that's still present.
Chocolate is another flavor.
But the body
toasted.
tends to be lighter than a stout.
Yes, and that comes from adding in brewing sugars. You actually add in straight sugar, much like we did with Trashed Witched and the dark wine.
Ah, okay.
But what's interesting is with a porter, you're not looking for high ABV.
Right. Yeah, that's not the focus of the style.
No, it's about 4 to 5.5%.
Okay.
We could go a little higher if we wanted to, and that's
Well, he's a lightweight,
yeah.
so that makes sense. And also ineffectual. A lot of ideas, not a lot of delivery.
Big ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
That just never delivers.
Well, no.
It could be non-alcoholic.
Exactly. Like flies.
juice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like about 0.5% of alcohol.
Exactly. It's like kombucha.
Yeah, it's kombucha. yeah.
Kombucha tier.
Yeah.
All right, here.
Then
So,
you've got the living being in there. Yeah, that fits
Exactly.
better.
Yeah.
so what are we looking at for a grain base?
So the base malts, we're going to go back to our old faithfuls. We have, we could go all 2-row.
Yeah, which is like the traditional.
It's the traditional
Brewing
traditional brewing grain. It's crisp. It's clean. We could add in also Munich malt if we wanted to, which is going to give us a little more of that biscuity character, and that we wanted. Or we could put in some Maris Otter, which is an English malt, and and that kind of goes along with
With the style.
with the style, and that's going to give us that toasted, nutty flavor.
And then 2-row is the crisp clean. Which would be interesting in a stout,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Where would that live? How would that,
Which?
like a clean, like a crisp
yes.
flavor?
So when we're thinking
On the
about
tongue,
this,
on the tongue.
yeah, it's on the tongue. It's when you guys are making this decision for this poll. This is going to be our primary
Yeah,
base malt.
this is going to be the highest volume.
Yeah.
in there.
There's nothing saying we can't add some of these other ones in, but this is going to be what really gives us most of our sugars.
Yeah, and we almost certainly will,
Yeah.
right?
Tick, tick, tick.
Man, I love the stream, and they love Maris Otter. It's absolutely fantastic.
Chris, how long are you going to be here today? How long are you going to be at the office?
I'm here.
Do you want... So we're going to try a new game this afternoon called Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, where we're basically... It's sort of like a cooperative choose-your-own-adventure.
Yeah.
How late are you going to be here?
What time will you start it, is the question.
We're going to start it at 2:30 or so.
Then I think that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, because if you want to come in and be a part of it, we can seat you right there.
Yeah.
And then we play it very much the same way here. So we talk to the channel, we say, hey, here's the different places we can go, and then we're all taking notes and trying to solve the crime together. Does that
It's like
sound
they're deciding on a beer for the mind.
Yes, exactly. The mind beer.
The beer of the mind.
Exactly. So if that sounds like
Beer is
something...
the mind.
Beer?
Find it. Yeah.
But
Filler.
it's something that might be good. It's fine.
No, I would like to do it.
Maris Otter wins.
Okay, so let's put some Maris
Hello,
Otter.
Alex.
Hey, Alex.
No, I know.
Cups right there. Tap right there.
Do they choose it because it has the best result?
Well, yeah,
They
exactly.
like the name?
Maybe.
They like otters. They love mammals. They love aquatic
I
mammals.
love
Like
otters,
Fraser's ex-wife?
No, I think they like the traditional aspect of it, and they like the idea of a nut mouthfeel and taste inside the continuum of a beer that's going to be pretty roasted tasting, right? That's my suspicion.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely brewers in the channel, but there's also people who are just curious about tastes.
See, I would imagine that you do too much of that and it would overwhelm as opposed to like complement.
Well,
right? But I don't know how these flavors work.
Exactly, and we're going to be building on them too.
Yeah, and that's a really good observation because what this is with Maris Otter and these pale malts is we primarily use them just to get sugar. And
Their purpose is to generate the food for the yeast that's going to ferment, right?
What's really going to give us the flavors are these specialty malts that we throw on.
Smaller
top of it.
volume, but more intense in their character. Now, do you want to see something really cool?
Yes, I do.
Look at this screen.
Every day.
Oh, every day I'm hustling.
Are you not pleased?
And what is this?
This is Beersmith.
What does it tell you?
Everything?
So based on
units? Okay.
Yeah, based on the malts we've added, right? Take a look at that glass over there.
Oh, it's even going to give you like...
Because these malts are all rated by an international standards body in terms of their color in a spectrum. And so it can tell you what color it's going to be.
That's fascinating.
Just based on that. And then if you look down below, original gravity, which has to do with the sugar content of the liquid, compared to the alcohol, right? Bitterness, color, all these things can be tweaked manually.
Blah, I love it.
And then when we're done with that, then we throw it into this device and then just start the whole process
And it's
again.
been accurate?
Oh, yes.
You haven't been...
No, the ABV was
all spot on.
shockingly close.
That's
because you'll love this. I mean, take a look over the malts, right? Right above that, you see Pico Brew Zymatic. That's a profile.
So even it understands like the...
It knows the volume.
mechanism of
Exactly. It knows the volumes that we're using over here, right? And what's more, it knows how efficient this device is at extracting sugars. So it uses that value to do the rest of the calculations. Are you not pleased?
Gross. Literally, it's been distilled down. All the data's here.
Distill is a great word for this practice.
Like normally when we would do this before this program came out, it would just be all mathematics on a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, still completely doable.
Yeah, but this it's like having a calculator instead of going,
Yeah.
just doing it yourself.
Like it takes a thing to like a prosumer
Right.
grade.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's these things in concert allow you to do a lot of crazy shit, like between the two of them. All right, what's next?
So I guess what we should talk about is, do we want this beer, and how would Cathris look at this? Do we want it to be more roasted in flavor or more chocolate in flavor?
So we're talking about the distinction between chocolate and coffee.
Right.
From a culinary perspective, somewhat sophisticated.
I might be too
right?
close to the source because he'd be curious about, here's the problem. If you ask him to design one, he would throw a bunch of garbage in there.
He would just
that you
pull
do not
everything off
wanna
the
drink.
shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd finish it to be polite. But I don't know that you want that. So we're talking about, okay, so we're talking about like a blackberry.
Yeah,
Chocolate
ultimately.
or coffee.
Exactly, right? And that's what you should be thinking about.
Yeah.
Think about that blackberry, that slightly astringent mouthfeel. Where are we going to go with the rest of the base underneath that?
Is the question, is there any, is it about, it's not about sweetness, it's about like the profile.
Yeah, oh, exactly.
Absolutely.
It's a concert.
God, I almost want to say coffee, but I feel like you guys have done a lot of that. Somebody's saying dark chocolate. Yeah, because I'm saying the reason why I picked that one is to veer away from that.
Well, exactly, but also this is the thing too. If we're talking about Cthulhu, and we're talking about something that's functionally drow in origin,
Yeah.
like we think of it as dark and spooky, but they certainly don't think of it that way.
No.
You know, I mean, the reality is that it is that society has its own high points, its own art forms. Like a blackberry chocolate, like that sounds. To me, that sounds very curatorial, very selected.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's
So
true.
this is drow from the perspective of the drow.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. In that case, yes, chocolate would make more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put some chocolate in here.
Chocolat.
Chocolat. And
What do you think? So easy, right?
I'm not a fan of reds.
Yep. Not a fan of
Yeah.
reds. Says it's good. Yeah, it is.
underberry. I like it, Danny.
Yeah. The Red Larch Regular is dangerously smooth. People often say that. It's like, oh, I can't even taste it. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's like the hopping is just enough to counter the rest of the sweetness.
Right.
And then it's just like eating a pastry.
Yep, absolutely. It just whatever the malts that we put in and the malts that the chat chose.
Yeah.
Just worked absolutely phenomenal in concert together. Now take a look at this. When we add just a little bit of chocolate malt,
Oh yeah. Watch the color.
look at how the color changes. I'm going to add a quarter of a pound of chocolate malt, and it just drastically
Quarter pound.
changes the color. Now we can go a lot darker with this. On the SRM, which is the standard measurement for beer color, also called the Lavabon scale. A porter is in the 20 to 30 range, and we're right now at about 17. So we could go, we could make this look even darker if we wanted to.
And I think that for the Cthulhu beer, like it seems like it's got to be dark.
I think it has to be just on the, because it becomes so conceptual, but it's like, it has to look dark, but then not be dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
From the flavor perspective.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the next choice we can go with. Do we want this beer to be? We'll bring that roasted character back, or do we want to make it a little more caramel and a little more sweet?
Oh, yes.
So, what are your opinions on that? And then we can bring it up to the chat. We can have this chocolate roasted flavor or a chocolatey caramel flavor.
Damn.
Yeah, this is where the fun kind of way you can mix these malts together and really create something.
Well, that is a tricky one.
Yeah.
No, I'd almost see. Is that a question for the channel
So
specifically?
we're going to talk to
But
you,
like-
and then we're going to
But
put
what are your
choices out.
opinions? Yeah,
Oh, I see,
what are
I
you
see.
thinking about it?
No, I think that fits. Like, because we're already leaning so much into
The
like
cocoa.
these,
Yeah.
like these dessert aspects.
Yeah.
So if we add some sweetness to it, then all that will do is elevate that in the concert.
Right.
Right. So hook me up. Tell
So-
me about these grains.
So do we can just say, here we go, sorry. We will use either a caramel 90, crystal 90, same thing, or I'll show you another grain, which we used a type of it before, but we'll use Carafa 2 this time. This is going to give us a caramel flavor, but it's a heightened aroma of caramel. So you're going to get the nose on it is going to be very, very caramel.
It's like a smoothness.
So
The surface of a pseudopod.
exactly.
Tentacle, for
Think
There we
of
go.
like
So I tossed out some product for them. Let's see where they go with this one.
yeah, and I think you really hit those right on the head. The caramel is going the caramel crystal 90 is just going to give us a straight caramel flavor, very clean and crisp. It's going to increase head retention.
Just like singing.
Yeah, just like singing. The carafa is going to greatly intensify the caramel and the dark
and the aroma aspect
of it.
too. Now, so now you know what we know, Krithristraub. So smell, like now that the water is hitting this grain basket, like isn't this like an interesting, like this smell is
Yeah, you can actually get these little previews.
No, it's a very good smell.
Yeah.
Right? There is something incredible, again, and human. It's like when we smell that, it's just like, you know what? It's going to be okay. Like there's just, it's like if your
Like a
grandma's
comfort.
baking,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh yes, there's sugar near here.
Yeah.
We can eat it if we want. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, these are instinctive.
No,
like,
it's
built
way,
in.
God, it's way down.
Yeah.
Hey, so Carafa 2 is,
Just crushed
we're
it.
done here.
And then the last profile, a little bit of my urine,
Some
Just a
potty,
tinge,
a
just a little bit.
tinge.
just a touch.
That is a quarter. Just by
There we
adding
go.
a quarter of a pound of that carafa too.
Now we've got, I feel like now
That's a
we've
20.
got
That's a 28.5 on the color scale.
which is right there at the edge of what we want. I mean, I feel like that color is exquisite.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's the other thing too. So take a look at the top of the simulated glass, the cyber glass, if you will. So in addition, because it knows
Imagine like a VR peripheral, like, you want to load that model? Sure.
oh, the foam, I am the foam.
I'm in it.
So take a look at the grains. It knows, just like it can simulate the color, it also has a sense of what the head retention of that will be. Right?
That's fascinating.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Now we're sitting at about 3.7 ABV, which means we can either add another flavor to this or just increase our base malt. I personally, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think these three flavors together are really where we stay, but we could always make it, we could add roast to it. We could add black malt to this. But it's gonna darken it significantly.
Where would that go?
In the mix.
Right in the
Well,
mix,
yeah,
but it would be,
In terms of, okay, but you're talking about it like a malt.
Yeah.
Not like a third, like a salt flavor.
yeah.
No, exactly.
That does not
And-
work with the others.
And a salt flavor element
Yeah.
from the south.
Yeah.
No.
So I think, I mean, for me right now, this is a perfect grain bill, like for this. I don't
It
think we
is.
need to go anywhere
No,
else.
I think what we do is we bump volume. Like,
Yeah.
Everybody agrees on the tastes.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh.
Ma Felar, welcome aboard. Right over here.
Cheers.
This is self-serve kind of.
As always with the branded Ac Inc. glassware.
I had to pop in. I can't stay. I have a call with company about project.
Oh,
So-
Sure.
well, I have a call with company about project. Yeah, Godspeed, my friend. Now, so, yeah, I mean, the channel agrees on this profile.
Yeah,
Like, we
I
like
think
it.
it's great.
I say we take the Carafa base.
Well, we'll take the Maris Otter and bring it up.
Yeah, and crank that up a little bit.
So-
until we're sitting at, welcome aboard.
Hey.
Cups right there, tap right there. Now, so if we have a situation here where, we can bust that up. I mean, we're thinking about like 4.5,
Yeah.
5. Like,
So-
what are we thinking about?
Yeah,
Cathers?
yeah. How do you feel about ABV? Usually a porter is between 4 and 5.5.
Oh, I say jump it up
Okay.
to bring it in, because otherwise it's so gentle to the point where I don't want it.
No, it has to have a little edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, and you'll notice what's really interesting about these the base malts is it's not going to affect the color at all.
So he says for Chris it should be
Be
a
a
4.
4?
That makes sense.
Oh man!
Dude, this is ice cold.
Man.
This is not why I brought you in here to be perforated by these villains.
Perforated.
Her.
He's right though.
Yeah.
They are right. You're
Keep it-
correct.
keep it down.
100%.
So we'll boost this up to about. I mean.
On the Maris.
Yep, right on the Maris.
See now that we've had so many great successes. Obviously, it's been in concert.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But we're the lucky ones that get to know
right.
the distinctions. And so now I know exactly if you're cranking that Maris. Like I know exactly
What's
how that how that concept is going to go.
Right.
Ryan Hartman,
Hartman.
director of events for PAX. Come on in, grab a glass.
Yeah, I'll try it.
And then if you feel like it,
Taste.
Have a seat.
feel free to come have a seat if you want to.
All right.
Oh, when I say Ryan Hartman, director of events for PAX, I mean, obviously that's true, but he is also Dragonborn Narcissist and Arblitz.
I mean, we should. Oh, that's a big glass.
Yeah.
We just had lunch. Well, I mean, I guess we should just talk C team.
Yeah, I mean,
Four
really, yeah.
ounces of C team.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
No, here's the truth: is that if we got the dice and character sheets out,
Yeah.
we could do it. We could,
Do a
I could
mock.
run an hour or so, pretty
We
easy.
just got
We
a
could
game.
just do like a bar encounter.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
exactly.
deciding on.
A bar brawl.
Exactly. So you got
like
the
that.
ABV where you want it.
Yeah,
I am.
we're sitting right at around 5.4,
Good deal.
5.5.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about hopping
Yes.
for something in this context. What do you think?
Okay, so let's talk about 3 kind of classic hops for this. One is going to be Willamette. We haven't used this one yet.
No. Well, that's new.
So this is a lot like we used Fuggles before and East Kent Goldings. This is a lot like that. It's going to be a milder hop, but grassy, floral, and it's going to give us that spice that we've had before.
Yeah. Okay. So just very, very briefly.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, there's a lot to discuss. I want to get Brian's tasting notes.
Yeah.
Dark Contract. This is going to be one of the best stouts I have ever had.
Never produced.
It doesn't have. So Dark Contract doesn't have the lavender note that's going to get from basically the dry hop in the satchel.
Yep.
It doesn't have the fresh roasted Ethiopian coffee that we're going to put in there.
Right.
At Holly Conrad's, direct
Request, right?
Request, right? That even without the rest of the notes, that is
Amazing.
superior.
Yeah.
That is a superior product.
And not just because the chat and us made it, but I mean that's award winning.
It's
No,
really
no,
good.
no.
Like, it's
really
Again,
excellent.
like this is the thing. If we bring these, we should absolutely brew and compete
Yeah.
with some of the stuff that we've put together because there's just anyway.
You're gonna
please.
take it to on the road?
Yeah, we're taking this show on the road,
No,
baby.
we're gonna go to state.
Nice.
All right, now
Let's just give up on all this.
yeah, all this other
PA nonsense.
It was about the beer.
Let's just start our own. Let's just start our own bar, guys.
I mean,
do
it's-
not temper
Look,
our
we'll
fire.
get, this is like 2 a.m. drunk.
Yeah, we're gonna
Why
start
don't
a
we just start our own bar?
It's gonna be so cool.
I love you guys so much. Just start our own bar.
I would very, very quickly. Now, take a look. What do we think of the Red Larch regular? So
This
understand,
is good.
this is what Prophet has in the Drawn Courtier. Right?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Every one of these has been good.
There's just nothing wrong with it. Like it is
Talented boys, you two.
It is executed. We have help, obviously, but it's executed within a very specific profile. Like it's the most ordinary, approachable thing that we've tried to do on the show yet.
Yeah.
And I did have a little sippy of that stout
Dark Contract
earlier.
is bad news.
That when that's done,
Oh my god.
No, it's gonna
I'm
be
curious.
It's gonna be bad news. Like, so we always have the tastings from the
Yeah.
office. It's like we come in. It's like, okay, so are we gonna do a tasting with a 10% beer?
Nobody
That
works
work?
for the rest of the day.
that's 10%.
Yeah, that's
Damn
10%.
near.
Really?
Damn near.
Oh, wow. That's very dangerous.
Again, right on top of your boo-boo. Right on the boo-boo.
And like I say, right now it's there, and it's. I mean, after another week and a half, that high note, like the sharp alcohol part of that flavor, is going to find its way into the middle of the profile. It's going to be fucking real dangerous stuff. Now,
Yeah.
It's poison.
so hopping,
So,
Willamette.
yep. But the next one we can talk about is Challenger. This is one we have not used before. And really interesting. This is going to bring out the fruit flavors. It's fruity and spicy.
Oh, okay, no.
It's like me.
Bacha! No, that is novel. Fruit and spice.
Look at that.
Now I can see it. Now I can see it.
Ooh.
But
We've lost control. Now, but no, so fruit and spice,
yeah,
that is,
I mean that could go hand in hand with the blackberry, right?
oh, exactly. Like,
That's true, yeah,
it can be Challenger can be a true partner for the blackberry.
Also the chocolate that we decided to go with as well.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the spice.
What's
Now,
this for? What's the?
This is Cthulhu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know, right?
I thought that recipe had already been picked.
No.
Oh.
We chose it.
My
We're-
sweet boy.
We're building it even now. Now, tell me about Willamette from a notes
Oh,
perspective.
sure. That's going to be a little more grassy and spicy. And floral.
Grass.
Grass, straight grass.
Spice.
This is dank.
I feel like I know what'll do the job, but
Now, grass doesn't sound good,
No.
right.
but in this context, what grass means is earthy and fresh. It doesn't mean like grass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean
Well,
like
like, even in
some
this-
grass.
Even in this context,
know?
it still works. Like we're talking about the earth. We're talking about
the deep parts of the earth.
Right.
Right?
The
Oh,
moss.
yes. Oh, you listen, but there is.
Look at the back and forth now.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
it's coming back, and so, but that's the thing to keep in mind for the grass. We're talking about we're going to be moving into a dank realm.
Oh. Yeah.
Obviously,
Some of
this
that
is
stink.
the
Underdank.
deepest
Underdank.
the underdank.
Hey-oh!
Oh, that's going to be hard to beat. Underdank has got a built-in brand presence.
That's true. We got to rebuild the whole thing. You got to
Yeah.
dump the BlackBerry and all that.
Yeah, but see, but the Challenger fans are like, no. They're thrown on top, but yeah, Willamette's rushing up. Willamette is rushing up, Eric.
real
Man.
close.
Wow, this is getting
It's neck and neck.
Exactly, but
Getting rowdy.
but
not what I thought would happen.
no, but there's a lot of those Challenger fans. They're like, hey, we had this on lock, and then shit got crazy.
Well, it's
You know
like,
what I
you can't get away from the spice. You either got that fruit and spice or
It still
floral.
works.
Yeah, yeah, deal
Those
with
are
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Man, Willamette's still jumping. Dude, I can't touch this. I
Yeah,
can't.
gotta let it ride.
I
You
have to-
cannot end this early.
I am not going to be the
Look at
person who
that.
makes this decision.
Look at that.
Wow.
This is a real close one.
I'm voting Willamette.
Yeah. So here's what we're talking about.
So add one.
Between these two, Challenger, fruit spice.
What is going
it gets involved.
on?
I mean, to my mind, it gets involved with that sort of upper class,
Yeah.
right? Like the finer things in this glass. I mean, I picture it being drunk from a tulip or a wine glass, right? And then the Willamette, I mean, that just speaks to the context,
Yeah.
right? That speaks to the place. So that's going to be a function of it's, where is it stored?
Right. I fall down more on that side of things. Just because, I mean, yeah, the
They're
Challenger
both
seems
great.
Like a natural. Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
both great.
But what would the drow be about? I think they might ultimately shun that fruit. Like they'd say, wow.
Well, it's a surface thing.
Yeah, this cloying.
That's true. Something
know,
something
tart.
with you need root based. Instead of like
Yeah.
carrots or
Yeah, turnips.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Turnip beer.
Turnip. Ooh.
All right. Hey, I'm going to let this go for about 10 more seconds. So speak now or forever
Is this
hold your
also a
etc.
cup?
Yeah, it was nobody
You
used
have
it.
to log
so.
in and
Take a little more splash. Just one
make my
Twice
voice
times.
heard.
Thank you so much. You know what? I think Special Challenger. Challenger,
man.
Challenger got it.
Just
but
edged it
that's
out, yeah.
but that is one of the
That's
the
close.
That's neck and neck. So Challenger's back.
All right.
Challenger's back in it.
Challenger's back on the table.
In a big way. You're the decisionist. Somebody brought
now.
up. Yeah.
Votes.
Where we headed?
And I said Willamette.
Even-
Votes close the gap.
No, even 2 votes wouldn't have done it. Even 2 votes wouldn't have done it. Now, so Challenger, so is that our bittering?
That's our bittering. Now the question is, do we want to keep this as a single hopped, or do we want to add other hopped flavors to it?
Exactly. So
The
And
grass
I really
is back.
like that Nathan is back for another round. This makes me
This
very
is-
happy.
3.
Yes.
This is
Wow.
very good sign.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, so we're talking about hopping.
Some people might get their orders shipped to the wrong place. Your t-shirts all over.
No, it's wrapped in a t-shirt.
Oh, no.
This is the other question. You have the wild hops from home.
Let's talk about that as a dry hop edition,
Exactly.
right?
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Oh, is it getting
Oh,
foamy?
dear.
To potatoes.
Oh, clean
dear.
that foam.
Look at that foam.
All right,
normal?
good.
Oh,
Yes, it's normal.
Yes.
Shut up.
I don't know.
We don't
this
know.
is what it's like. This is what you get.
Desecrate
When
that
doves
foam.
cry.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about the Challenger hops,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that floral,
Well,
or
fruit.
the fruit,
It's going to be
the
very
fruit
fruit. It's
and
going to
spice.
accentuate.
Easy, girl.
exactly.
It's
So-
getting worse.
Can you come over here and give me one of those towels?
It's really getting that foam going.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, it's
Here,
really.
You got another towel there.
Can't really dab. Yeah,
This
this
is
one's expended.
me IRL right now.
I'm gonna have to grab this guy. Get this bad boy.
No, you need no. if there's not an animated GIF of this, I'm gonna be disappointed.
A couple more foams, and I think it's gonna be empty pretty soon.
Here, so anyway, so here's what's going on. How Roth
just text
I would
with
describe this
hashtag,
as Rothfusian.
Dab the foam For a,
Dab on those foamers.
Carol,
I don't know.
oh my goodness.
office manager, HR.
Oh my
Andrew
goodness. coming
coming back from the deeps of Penny Arcade, grabbing some glasses.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Whitefire, there is an anti-foaming solution you can put over the brew kettle. There's a liquid that you put in there. That's definitely true. But I think it's more important that Cthulhu Straub be given a responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's more important that you have something just to keep you focused.
I'm gonna wait until it completely foams up and then grab it all at once.
Eat
It's
it.
my goal. Yeah.
Exactly. Now,
Get a straw.
So round 2. So when we say Challenger round 2, we can continue to bring that flavor and just accentuate it, because when we add it matters a lot. Because there's going to be aspects of those tastes that just get reinforced.
Right.
Now, we can also come at it a different way later, right?
Clean that foam!
Here, now,
Whoa,
no,
hot foam.
Okay.
Whoa, it's burning my tips. Good Lord on that foam.
well, yeah, 'cause it's getting hotter.
So there are 2 other hops that are really neat that we could use for flavor and aroma right at the end of the boil.
Yeah.
The first one we've never talked about,
away.
Yeah.
called Calypso.
Calypso.
This is going to give a lot of different fruit flavors: apple, pear, and citrus. It's used in stouts, IPAs, pale ales.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, basically just to set it off.
Yeah, this is going to just bring more of that fruit flavor forward.
And because it's added later in the process, it can retain more of its character.
Yep.
Right? Okay, what else you got?
The other one is a very more, on the other side of this, it's a more traditional one that is Northern Brewer.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
But Northern Brewer is like the shop that you like online too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
New
One of my-
technique.
Doing good.
I'm getting it done.
I like your energy.
Northern Brewer is going to give us a it's going to give us a minty and peppery flavor.
Oh, what?
A little at the corners of the mouth, right there, and there.
You see, before
Big goober over
Velvet
here.
before Velvet Rope, you just do the task that was assigned to you, right?
So forgive me.
Now, so Northern Brewer. So I wouldn't before Velvet Rope. I wouldn't have said that these spice notes. I wouldn't have said that there was anything to this technology, this terminology, right? It's like minty, peppery. Okay, sure. It's like when you read wine tasting
Yeah,
notes.
it's
but,
like, oh
but
yeah,
no,
sure.
I
that
believe
comes
it.
through, yeah.
I believe in it.
Yeah,
implicitly.
Velvet Rope made us a believer in those hops.
In those more adjunct
Yeah.
notes.
But this is what, when you're doing this choice, everyone, do we want to add these new kinds of fruit flavors to this beer, or do we want it to become peppery?
Yeah, no,
spicy,
exactly.
minty?
So do we broaden the fruit, or do we come in with some spicy herbal tastes?
Minty peppery. I have that gum in my car.
It's true.
It's good.
Throw in one
Peppermint.
stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're done.
Load that up. What does that look like?
Choo choo
I
choo.
believe they call that peppermint.
Yeah.
This towel is completely saturated. There's no more. Can't retain anything else. We need a new towel.
Wait, no, take off your hoodie.
Yeah, and just
And start
Yeah,
rubbing.
Yeah.
Become the towel.
Take off your shirt.
yeah,
Yeah, start
Yeah.
just
straight
Nice
up.
and
This is
slow.
up pants
This is
next.
a VRE brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remove
It's just
articles of
sweating.
clothing.
Someone in the chat said Patrick Frothfuss.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, we're gonna change the name of this beer.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
That's what's up. Now,
It's getting hot.
so they want to double down on the fruit. So I have to say,
Oh, okay.
I find that-
wow, interesting.
but I find that really, really interesting. Now I would have said minty peppery.
Yeah.
Is the sort of a bleak note that would make it sort of an Underdark type thing. But I love the idea that there is this dark, rich, chocolatey porter that has all this fruit presence
yeah,
in the rest of it.
yeah, I think it's great. Okay, so interesting. God, it's going.
Yeah, it's really
Nope.
making a lot.
Calypso wins. Yeah, man.
Making
Challenger,
a lot.
Challenger went right to the bone zone on that one.
Wow. I think we dodged a bullet with the minty peppery.
That's really where you're going with that? Yeah, or the peppermint, as they say.
Yeah. I don't swallow my gum.
No,
Yeah, no one does.
That?
No one does. It's never happened.
I don't.
Now,
7 years.
so that is, I think that we've got a pretty solid thing there. Now, we want to talk about yeast, right?
Yep. 1 second. Now, but first, let's talk about where do we want this beer to fall in the IBU scale.
Oh, right.
We have a normal porter is 18 to 35. So it's not anywhere as near an IPA.
Yeah.
It's going to be, do we just want the hops in there just to give a little bit of bittering, or do you want some of that hop, some of that bitterness to come through to offset the malts? And really just kind of you're just going to get a little more bitterness on the tongue.
True. Well,
almost like having a dark chocolate.
Imagine
if you will.
So here's the question: Are we building this to match the character, or just to make what would taste a good beer?
Actually, a lot to match the character.
Our sweet, beautiful boy over here, he's not bitter. He's a sweet boy. So we would want low IBU.
Yeah, you want
He's a
low
sweetie.
IBU,
Because he's a sweetie.
right?
Yeah, what? Sorry, I missed the whole thing. What are we working on here?
Were you working on
Are these
something over there?
yeasts? No, it's empty now. It's empty. If you want some beer, you gotta wring these out. Yeah, that's where it lives now.
Oh, yeah, 9,000 IBU. I agree.
It's probably fixed now.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
All solved. These towels are getting heavy.
Sorcerer Apprentice, holy shit, that's really good.
Yeah.
So lower.
I don't know what this scent is. It's not supposed to be on a human hand.
Your hands are actually going to start to melt off like Indiana Jones at this point, right?
So this choice matrix is designed to offer tender choices for today's consumer. There's a character note here, as drawn from Ryan Hartman,
Yeah.
that we can keep the bitterness low, which will allow the fruit flavors a little bit more presence.
for Cathris's sweetness to really shine through.
Yeah.
Out
His
of the
bold,
dark.
bold sweetness.
Yeah.
Right.
Cathris, there's a lot of foam, man. You gotta.
No, but I don't have any more. There's
get
no
your shit together,
absorbance
dude. Get a
left. I need like a wetback to handle the problem.
This isn't normal, right?
No. It's
normal for this
it's
one.
because of the malts that are in there that are
Oh.
causing the foaming.
It seems like somebody should have thought of this, because somebody will panic at the sight of this and go, "Oh no, this can't be right."
This is like
Apparently,
a
it's
sitcom
100%
Yeah.
right.
where the,
This is very
the
Seinfeld,
dishwasher starts shooting the foam. This is
Starts
classic.
spraying.
This is part of the horror.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this on Three's Company.
Yeah. It's a slow build. On the sitcom, it would you got to resolve this in like 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
here, this is over the course of 5 hours.
Yeah.
And this room will be
Yeah.
filled with foam.
Foam.
And I will be here diligently wiping.
Well, that's why we want you to play Sherlock Holmes with us. Not really, for any other reasons, just so you can wipe that shit off.
You're in the room.
I have
Doing it
sent,
already.
So now you know I have sent terrified mails and texts to other people
If you
in
go
the
to the
office
subreddit,
to bring me towels.
foam problem,
Come and mop up our foam.
I'm going to use this other towel to mop this towel now. We have we have to work
That's
in
so
sequence.
interesting. So a friend of mine said that you can fix the foam with the anti-foam drops.
Oh, yeah.
So it's it comes with it. But he basically says you start with 4 drops directly into the wort, and she said you can go as high as 5 drops per gallon, and it shouldn't affect head retention. So we have the drops.
Cool. No, I just want to see
No, I'm gonna do
wiping
this.
shit up. Yeah.
This is working. Let's not just change horses in the middle of this river. Right?
Yeah.
But we have the drops, right?
Yeah, they're out there.
We should put a couple drops in.
No,
There needs
All
to
right.
be-
I mean, we could.
There's not going to be anything left in here.
All right,
It's going to be a
now.
bunch of damp.
No. It's like you'll go to the tap and then you'll pull it, and then like a towel will just like squirt down into the cup and just
Yeah, hand towels.
Swab cam.
Yeah.
swab cam. Now, so it's lower IBU.
Lower IBU. Okay, cool.
All right. We'll just
So
get
we're
these
gonna
drips.
decrease
But it's
that.
so interesting because it's going to be dark in color, but it's not going to be super bitter or heavy.
Sweet boy, sweet beer.
Yeah. I'm just going to take care of some of these. Make sure that's looking good.
Dude, my shit is a total mess over there, and I think that's because you haven't been doing a good job.
Listen, I want you to hold this and feel it. And then I got another one just like it.
This is completely full of liquid, Chris.
These are cups now. These are This is an
This is
alternative
so
cup
wet.
solution.
Bring it into that glass.
And it's gross. Yeah, and let's get wild.
All right, let's go nuts. I'm gonna get the first taste of this thing.
Oh man!
It's
Yum, yum,
very
yum.
full.
Here, let's try.
It's super full.
Oh man, that's great. So first taste.
Oh my god! Tell me you're not gonna drink that.
It's like a pre-alpha.
Yeah, this
Exploration.
is the alpha of Unwarranted Advantage. Pat Rothfuss, this is for you.
So you made this as your
Wrung
fault.
out.
Oh no. No way.
Look, man, you can't ask me to work and not taste the fruits of my labor.
Add some crabs.
Add some crabs.
Yeah.
I think we already did.
Oh,
Oh.
Well,
don't
you
know
know
where
what?
those towels
It's
have
like
been.
I was committed to the bit, and it was wrong.
it's got like a chemical, like a,
It wasn't a good bit.
Look, I admire you for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good bit. You know what it tastes like?
I can't believe it.
It tastes like corn's asshole. And I feel like
The band.
Like the band's asshole.
I got there
Yeah.
first.
Sorry.
No, it's the acidulated. It's the
fun.
acidulated malts. That is a weird flavor, man. It's salty.
it's like a core sample of a dreadlock.
All right,
No,
so
thank
we're
you.
good. We're good on this stuff. IBU's fixed. Now let's talk about that yeast. Oh
Should we?
God.
We need real towels now. Actual problems.
Well, listen.
Oh, look at this.
Jeff.
Here, now you work.
What happened?
Listen, Chris fucked something up, and
Jerry's
made a
drinking
bad
towel beer.
deal.
and I'm mad. Then we ran out of towel of beer. Okay,
And we
so
had it.
listen,
we
you're,
took
the,
it.
but you're the
Tongue?
best, Jeff. Thank you.
I was in a meeting with Alyssa. She showed me the deck.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
As long as I'm here.
Don't ever drink that. Is what I would say.
Now this glass is dirty. I can't drink out of that one anymore.
Yeah, that is not a good drink. So
Not yet.
we're gonna come back to you, drink.
I'm impressed with how many towels we have.
I know, isn't it right?
This should be enough towels. Now, next. We're talking about the yeast.
The
You heard?
yeast. So the first one we're going to go with is going to be just a regular British ale yeast.
Yeah, exactly. So what this? So let's see, yeast mode, right?
Yeast mode
British
twice.
ale yeast. But here's the deal, right? When we say British, this isn't a vote. Like this isn't like the same as like not voting. What we're saying is that we have a good thing going here. We carefully built all these flavors, and we're going to put in something that tries to process that sugar, but then retains its character.
Right. What the British ale yeast does is it is going to help bring out the fruit flavors in this beer. That's really what it's fruit, it's tart, and it's crisp.
Right. Yeah. So, like I say, it isn't abdicating the vote.
No.
It's just saying, hey, we got a good thing going here. It's a classic flavor. Let's retain the build that we made so far. Now, I assume you've got something mutated to offer.
This is well, we'll do 3.
Yes, I've got a curatorial selection.
Yes, as you,
Yeah.
someone
Next.
the London ale yeast. This is also British in nature, but it's dry, it's bold, and rich. It's not the same. You get a little bit of the fruit, but it's more. It's going to make this beer a little more dry than anything else.
Interesting. Okay. Well, and that's a classic flavor in stouts. Like honestly, like that dry character is pretty. What else you got?
I'm gonna. Oh! Don't you worry.
You got something bold?
This is going to be nothing like a stout, which is almost.
What's a porter?
It's good because we're doing a
character.
porter.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
different.
said,
It's different.
like I said, this is going to be nothing like an ale.
Same.
The next one.
Yeah.
I have never actually used this, and I'm interested in trying, but we'll throw it out to the chat. Is the Whitbread Ale? WHIT bread. This is going to be really accentuate the fruit and the malt flavors to a point beyond where the British ale. would.
Oh, okay. So more fruit and more sweet, which
Yeah.
is really like the tip of the spear. Like
Right.
that's actually bringing all the flavors together.
Yeah,
That's an interesting choice.
But the way to think about that, the downside is that could actually push it over the edge and be, oh, this is too fruity because we're also going to be adding the blackberry in, so we don't know. So that's the.
All right, here we go. Yeast mode poll. Here we are.
And we could have also done an American ale yeast in this as well.
Let's
Let's
pull this group, right? Let's see what they think.
Do.
Yeah.
I haven't steered you wrong yet.
Yeah, but they're often, but so interesting. So it seems like London Ale Yeast is definitely reaching out. So more.
I just want to say that it's still going strong over here from the foam
mines.
foam region, and I'm getting nervous because there's zero slowdown. We're actually it's exponentially, it's actually increasing in the volume that the towel has to soak.
So
we're gonna end up with.
We're gonna put drops. We're gonna get drops as soon as we're done here. Drops. Now, London Ale Yeast came out on top. Now, we need names.
The other question. Oh, the London Ale. Okay.
Yeah.
The other question. Before we get to names.
Can check on it.
Let's talk about your hops.
Oh,
As a dry hop.
as a dry hop, yeah.
Because we've had a couple questions about that.
Now, so I have.
Because I want you. Seriously, it's going to be empty. There's going to be.
Is this going to affect the volume?
No.
I'm asked seriously.
I think this. Look, I can drain this out. We can measure how much the volume is affected.
Do you put it back in?
We can know very easily. It's a full soak. I may as well be dunking it into a pool. How much does that dry a pool? Not a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bad. You gotta. I heard about these drops. They've been teased.
Yeah, it's
They've been
Visine.
adequately queued up.
Here,
Go get the Visine.
So two things. First of all, be thinking about the name that you want for the beer. First of all, so dry hop is when you take hop additions and put them directly into the fermenter while the wort is cool. So like I say,
And it's all aroma.
It's
all
all
aroma.
yeah, it's basically like everything that's coming off of the top of the glass, a big part of that has to do with the dry hop. So I have a bunch of hops on my fence, and I have no idea what they are.
I can't breathe.
Right. So Angus says that he can't breathe. You are killing him,
know.
and I think it has to do with the fact that you are not industrious.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
You know what? The towel only has so much throughput, the bandwidth.
Input?
Yeah, of a towel.
Now, it's like this. So here's the situation. Parents, obviously, vacation. So we can add these mysterious hops at the end. I have them. They're fresh.
Oh,
they're
from your home.
They're gonna have big, the flavors from the fresh hop is very, very different from the traditional hop. Obviously, they always taste fresh. The oils are very rich. It's always going to be these good tastes.
Are there some here?
But no. But there's something fragile about the taste of a fresh hop. We can add that at the end, and that will have this. That will have an interesting elixir-like effect.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the taste is going to be.
But we don't
That's
know what the taste
craziest
is going to
part.
be.
I'm game.
So let's see. Now that we have the rest of this, and what we should do is we should make two batches.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
I
make
want to taste one without.
your
and
home
one with-
batch.
Yeah.
Let's make that the classic one.
Whoa.
I think the no people thought it was a lock. But the
Yeah.
yes people.
I think it was just the first handful and just shot it. through the
Exactly.
roof.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll do a batch at your house. We'll have your test batch.
Yep.
And then we'll do another batch that has the addition.
The addition in it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I say, I got 3 different varieties. They're all at home, ready to go to work. I've been growing them all summer, and that will give it a novel character.
Did any of those
Right
make
off
it
the top.
into the Red Larch?
no.
No.
Oh,
No.
wow.
The red larch is just
You will be
just
the
tastes
first.
good and fresh.
What an honor.
Yeah. All right. So Yes is coming away with it. So we'll do 2 batches just so you can see the difference, but we will add some mystery hop additions to the very end.
I think that's really
very
neat.
on brand for
I think that's
Chris.
really
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah,
Now,
that's cool.
naming.
God, look at the color of that
This'll be
beer.
fun.
There's a lot of places to go.
Well, you
What
didn't
do
let
we
me get the foam.
Exactly. What do we think name-wise, folks?
What is this, a lager?
Yeah. See, Niekman, I think that the mystery is very, very
Ooh, Blind Faith is so strong.
exactly. Ooh,
That's so
blind
strong.
faith.
Well, hello,
so-
friend.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, blind faith is like, let's let everybody enter, but such a contender.
Yeah. Porter.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool.
man.
Blackberry.
Portal. Okay.
Yeah, Blackberry Portal is good.
That's good. Miss Shroud Porter. Okay. Underdank.
I like Pack to the Grain.
Pack of the Grain. Yeah.
What's that?
Back to the Grain.
What are some of your spells?
Dark Porter.
What spells? Let's see.
You want to put it in the drips?
Where do they want us to put them in?
Wait, you put them right into the word. So you just pop the.
You put them in there where the problem's happening.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
You
lot
don't
of
take them internally.
Up to,
You-
Legati brow.
up to 4 drops per gallon, they say.
There's
into the
Citrus
actual
brow.
5 gig.
But it doesn't really
Yeah.
have anything post that. Yeah.
Up to 5 drops per gallon. So what else we got out there? Blind Faith Porter.
Yeah,
Tentacle.
that's potent.
Cthulhu's Draft.
Drought. Blind Faith Porter is real
Tentacular
strong.
spectacular.
It's true.
Spectacuport.
Contact Otter
Eldritch-
Plane.
Contact Otter Plane, you nerds. Pulchritude. Dark Elf. Let's
Ale
see.
of teeth and mouths.
Yeah, it's like-
Malt and Mouths.
Yeah, exactly. There you are.
Malt and mouths. That's good. 4 drops.
Menzo.
That's meta.
Berries. Yeah, low roller. I like that. It's a good idea.
Eldritch Blast. That's what I was thinking of. You use that a lot.
Eldritch.
Yeah.
How do we
Here.
play with that?
So we're going to throw that up
punify
there.
that.
We're going to throw that up there. Underdank.
Oh no. Underdank's gonna win.
It's just one. No, there's only one vote.
I vote Underdank.
Some in. You want to try some? Cups, tap. Yeah, Porter.
It's good. Yeah.
Porter is rock solid.
Like hello, friend.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So what I'll do here at the end is I'll grab the top 3, and then we'll crash them down.
Well, you need 2, right?
think
You're doing
it's-
2 different versions.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, but we'll always have that secondary name here. So Porter, Hello Friend, and Blind Faith.
Yeah. Blind Faith Porter.
Yeah.
Blind Faith is real smart. What I like about that one too is that, okay, yeah, the one with the mystery hops should be Blind Faith because who knows what's going to happen, right?
That's
And then the other one,
That's
Porter.
really good.
It's just hello, friend.
There we go. So will you do number 1 and number 2 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. Dave, so what do you think about that beer? I like Dave's opinion because he's so new to drinking beer.
Yeah,
that,
not a
like,
beer fan.
You got a fresh cut.
I'm a fan.
Look at that.
By the bottle.
It's
Yeah.
easy, right?
It's
It's
approachable.
friendly.
Yes. You guys do good work.
Made a
Yeah.
big difference.
We're trying our best.
Yeah.
What, a towel?
No, that didn't do anything. That didn't do a
I love
goddamn
the
thing.
mound of towels.
Exactly.
drops.
Hey, so we got the Porter.
Wow, it's back in. Whoa.
Yeah, if
Hello
you're-
Friend
listen,
just
if
took
you-
off.
If you're ready for blind. Yeah. Porter. Yeah, that's true, Whitefire. There's a case to be made that Porter should just be the style.
Yeah.
And then we have Blind Faith.
Oh.
There we go.
okay,
there we
Hello
go.
Friend Porter
Then everybody-
is the classic one, and then Blind Faith Porter will be
Mystery hop.
will be the mystery hop.
That's
Love
it.
it. Excellent work, channel. As always, 100% pleasure to spend time with you in the afternoon. I want to thank Cthulhu's Draub
Thank you.
for rolling through.
got
Obviously,
questions too, but
obviously
okay,
we'll
yeah,
bring
we'll
you
go.
back in
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
to
sample.
try it here in a few weeks.
If you've got any foams
Yeah,
that you need handled,
just
this is
handle
your
them.
guy.
Yeah.
This is your guy. Now, answer a couple questions because then I got to run back to Mike.
Oh, we never talked about what kind of. Oh, we're doing blackberry. Never mind. Derp.
Crack a few. Some of them we might have answered.
Yeah, we actually did answer a lot of these. Oh, who's the first AI villain we would want to make a beer for?
Gosh, that would have to go way back. I mean,
Yeah.
Isahedrus would be good.
Yeah. Orcus? Didn't you get? Wasn't Orcus part of this thing?
Now we don't need to do an Orcus thing. You know, I'd have to go back. I mean, it's been a long, long way back. But I mean, Auspicia would be good.
One question was, will cleaning the foam cause contamination? No, it won't actually contaminate because we're still on the hot side of brewing. And
so 200-degree wort is about to go through this entire process.
Yeah, it's gonna destroy any bacteria that would contaminate it.
I'm gonna take these wet towels back to my office though, and just let them sit.
Just let them rest.
And then I'm gonna drain that. Now that is probably like a high bacterial load.
Put them in a dark corner.
I don't want to drink that, but I will.
Just to see.
Just to find out.
But what else you got, my friend?
Oh, would Cathris ever think of doing a salty black licorice beer?
Ugh, he might. But I don't know that I would ever touch it. Oh, man.
Jelly beans.
It's not a great bean. No, thank you. You could drink this through a licorice stick. One of those hollow ones.
Ooh.
Sip through, see what that does.
Deep sips.
Would we ever want to think about switching from blackberry to boysenberry?
Constantly.
All the time.
24/7.
24, yeah.
That or Mayor Marionberry.
When did I become a master alchemist? About 15 years ago. When I was in college.
Oh.
Alchemist is good.
Yeah.
Is that new or is that a term you already?
I've never
heard of it. It's great.
I think
Good one.
That's pro tier. New t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Alchemist. No, OC, do not steal.
Yeah. I mean, we stole it, but no one else did.
No. Now it's been stolen. Now it's our property.
Dave, this one's for you. Could you get an ACK ink symbol on beer koozies loaded onto the store?
Sure, that's very easy.
Seems like go
Store
to
part's difficult.
Yeah.
you go to 4imprint.com.
Yeah.
Any of those like trade sites.
I think that's pretty much. Would Jerry and Eric ever create a program called Smith for D&D campaigns?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
We have had that. We have had that conversation already.
Yeah.
Like we would murder that show. Like we would be very good at that show. It would be cool to have it do like a call-in where people ask us. They have their problems, like their campaign problems. They need suggestions.
And we just answer them. It's a campaign doctor. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
We should wear like medical coats. And we could have like
Doctor?
exactly.
Doctor, do you concur?
No,
I concur.
and we could have like
Stethoscope? Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. But probably.
We've thought about
Most likely going to happen.
Hey, don't go nowhere. I'm going to go hang out with Mike Krahulik as he draws the strip this afternoon. And then not too much later, around 2:30 or so, Eric Benson, myself, and Cathris Straub will come back for a new tabletop experience this afternoon, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. It sounds like it's similar to Mythos Tales, but it's hard mode, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard. It's going to test us.
Yeah, we're gonna. So get your notepad, get ready. Obviously, we'll be back here in about an hour or so, and we'll see you again soon.